Hey, beautiful souls. This is Paulette. I'm so glad that you're here and you showed up for yourself today and coming back to the episodes and checking them out. This is definitely an act of self love because this is definitely an inward journey that is all about you and getting to know yourself and just coming here and sitting with me and discussing all the wonderful fun activities that we will get into. For this episode, I want to do a recap, and by the end of this episode, we will dive into the documentary that I would love for you guys to go ahead and watch if you hadn't seen it already. It came out last month and it is called The Devil in the Family in the Fall of Ruby Frank. So I think the series is going to be great. It gives us the opportunity to kind of look into mental health, dynamics of family, and what that looks like. Um, so I think it's really going to be interesting, and I'm really looking forward to uh, discussing it a little bit deeper than what they are showing in the documentary. So guys, this is new for me being on a platform like this and having a YouTube channel. I am used to doing podcasts. So we usually have like on the show, we will already have our bullet points and what we was going to discuss written out, but it was no big deal if I wasn't making eye contact. So I'm trying to be more aware and conscious of that. Like I'm used to doing like presentations and teaching, but again, you can always use bullet points. So if you ever see me looking down, again, I'm just looking at the bullet points to keep me on track. But please know that it is very, very likely that I will get off track and start talking about stories just to add emphasis to whatever I'm talking about or whatever comes to my mind at that time. Anyways, so just to do the recap, last week, our last episode, we had talked about doing our journal prompt. That's what I really want to touch on. And we discussed doing the topic of rebirth and really what that means to you. So I'm curious to know, like, how did you all feel about writing that out? Like, what was your thoughts and feelings? You should reflect on that. And what I didn't really discuss and touch on last time was the fact that with rebirths, you have endings, but you also have beginnings. It's always bring about a new beginning. So, in addition to, I kind of brought light to those things that will end naturally, but you also have the power to end things yourself. So, if you want to go back or in your new entry, go ahead and add that in there and think about some of the things that you want to go ahead and end yourself, whether if that is getting a new job or ending relationships in your life that no longer serve you, or certain behaviors that no longer serve you, which leads me to the affirmations. So, what affirmations did y'all come up with? If you could drop a note in the comment down below and put in there what were your favorite affirmations that you came up with for yourself that you would share with the community. Um, just to, give some insight and ideas to other people that'll be watching the episodes. So I wanted to share mine. So when I first started doing affirmations, it was important to me to make changes in my behavior. And once upon a time, I had a little, challenging times and balancing my emotions. So what was important to me was I wanted to be able to speak with and my behaviors be rooted in love. So my affirmation was I am love. Another one that I used to do was I am compassionate. So, in order for those things to come into fruition for you, there are several things that you need to do. So, first, if you're saying them in the mirror or if you're saying them in your car or whatever, be sure you're speaking them out loud because your voice your voice box, the sound of your voice, the vibrations are very powerful. So, what you are doing is rewiring your subconscious. So, you are telling yourself until you believe it, until it becomes a reality. And so that's why you want to say them daily. And not only, my mentor taught me, not only do you say, I am, you also want to say, you are, because you are speaking to your subconscious. So those are the first two things that are very important. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is once you start saying them, you're going to notice that God or the universe, spirit, is going to bring you opportunities to act those out. So if I'm saying that I want to be loved, then I'm going to have opportunities to show love to other people. But I also will have opportunities to show love to myself. And again, that's the third action to solidify your affirmations is you must show and demonstrate these things to yourself. So if I'm saying I am love or I am compassionate, I need to demonstrate that to myself. I need to be more loving to myself and I need to be more compassionate. So, by doing that, though, when you're being more compassionate to yourself, you will understand what it feels like to be compassionate. And so, you will learn and you will see what that feels like when you're giving it to someone else. So that helps with that connection of what you offer in other people. You can also feel for yourself when you're giving yourself that same compassion and grace. So definitely going through this process of doing affirmations and doing your self development, you definitely need to practice giving yourself compassion and grace. It will be very beneficial because it is not easy. It is not easy taking the journey and really self reflecting. It is not, or let me stop saying that. It can be easy and easier when you have the self awareness and know what to look out for. And that is the whole purpose for this platform is just to give you guys some insight of things that I've learned on my journey that I think will be very beneficial for you guys to be able to apply into your life because it took me time to learn all these little tips and tricks and stuff about the process of growing and developing and maturing until um, somebody knew that I was proud of and felt good, in my skin and stuff about. So, which reminds me of a conversation that someone was discussing how they feel good in their skin, um, and they're natural and they don't wear makeup, which is beautiful. And I love that. I was in a space where I tried that, but it did not work out for me. And to add to that, I was in a space of depression after my father passed away and it got really, really deep. So pulling yourself out of that was a challenge. However, I learned from that experience. Well, one of the things I learned was to help me get out of that depression, I had to show up and feel good. So it was when I was really like putting more of an effort into what I look like for the day, really helped me pull that, you know what I mean, pull out of that space. So if I'm dolled up or looking, nice to me, that is a beautiful, wonderful thing. If I'm walking around looking a mess, then something's going on and you probably should ask me if I need any help or do I need anything. But to each his own. As long as you feel beautiful and you are okay with how you present yourself, that is what's most important. And as long as you are showing love to yourself, that's all it's all about. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what other people think, what you do, because it's about you. And that's one of the things that you will learn during this journey is that it doesn't matter what, and with the affirmations and doing the affirmations, you begin to understand and learn and see that The most important relationship that you will ever have is the relationship that you have with yourself. And the most important conversation that you ever have is the conversation that you have with yourself. So, and when you are going through that, you will also understand and see what your boundaries are. So as you are getting to know yourself, you're getting the opportunity to see, okay, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. This is how far I go, and this is what I'm willing to tolerate. And I can't go any farther. And which is fine. But that is what you have to learn for yourself so you can set those boundaries and you feel comfortable when you want to say no. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to participate in that. No. And you understand your why because you know who you are. And that's the benefit of knowing who you are because it makes it easier to say no. And you already have plans and doing whatever you want to do. So when you get in those situations where you have family members or friends that you can only take so much of them, just make plans to go visit them for 1 hour. Set it aside and say, hey, I want to go and I want to do this dinner with the family or with my friends, but I can only give them an hour and a half. Know and have your time set. But know that once you leave, you can go do something for yourself, by yourself, that you enjoy. And that is something that I think too will also benefit you, is getting in the practice of doing things for yourself, doing things by yourself, because that's a part of self discovery. And so I used to take myself on dates and going to different restaurants, just trying different stuff that I didn't go to, when I was with other people. So, because I wanted to try different stuff out. Like, I wanted to experience like Cuban food, you know what I mean? Going to African restaurants and trying food. So, that was one of my little things that I enjoy doing and learning through those experiences. Again, what I like and what I didn't like, what I prefer. Some of the restaurants that I knew that I wanted to go back to. So, you get to explore, you get to know your city, meet new people, and learn more about yourself. So, that is what it's all about when you are developing and getting to know yourself. So, which is the whole point of the channel. Um, which a lot of the material and stuff that I'll go over is rooted into mental health, surrounded by topics and ideas related to your mind, body, and your soul, spirit. And it will be from I'm using a holistic approach. So, those things that you are going to hear on this channel will all be rooted in those things. Um, so, you may hear me talking about natural foods and remedies that you can use to just kind of help you out. Definitely journaling, of course, and getting to know who you are, because this is Kodak Soul, right? So, um, but yeah, and I feel like this channel is definitely would be beneficial to those that are in mental health, or our clients that may be seeing a counselor or a mental health provider, and also those that are prepping for the future and that are interested in and wanting to do self-development and do that inward work. And I feel like and what I know to be true is that we are now in the new age of Aquarius. And so a part of what that means is that Earth is increasing its frequency. So we have to do the work to match the frequency of this new world. So, and how you do that is through personal development and getting to know yourself, becoming more aware, being more compassionate to yourself and the people around you, and making healthier and better choices and connections with people around you. So, that is the focus. And so I just wanted to help you guys along on your journey. Um, what else? Oh, another affirmation. I just thought about this that I use that was beneficial for me when I was in undergrad. I would say, I am a graduate of Campbellsville University. And I would say that throughout the whole time that I was there because I wanted to put out there in the universe that I'm graduating. I'm already a graduate. I'm excited that I graduated from Campbellsville University. I would say stuff like that because you need to put that in your subconscious. And again, of course, you do the work and everything that you need to do because that's the goal, right? And so it's all about making a plan and setting goals to things that you want to achieve for yourself. So, let's see. Oh, and now it's time to go ahead and discuss this documentary. I think it's going to be on Mondays when I start posting the series for this documentary. But again, I think you can watch it on Hulu. I'm pretty sure that it's on that platform because that's where I watched it at. But it came out last month, February 13th, and it's called Devil in the Family and the Fall of Ruby Frank. And if you don't know, this is the story about the YouTube family. They started recording and vlogging back in 2015, and their page was called Eight Passengers, and it was the parents and six kids. And they lived in Springville, Utah, and it was a really small Mormon community. And their plan was to live a righteous life because they're Mormon, right? Um, but strange things began to happen. And um, I don't know if you watched it, but the son needed to go, or the parents and mom really wanted to encourage the son to seek some type of mental health or counseling. So they had got a recommendation to see a professional counselor by the name of Hildenbrandt. Hildenbrandt. Interesting. There's so much to say about her and her style of treatment. And who she was as an individual, as a person, is a very, very sad. There was a lot of exploiting. There's a lot of taking advantage of the clients. Um, but also when it comes to the parents itself, like a lot of the fall went on to the mom as well as the counselor because of the child abuse that transpired through this encounter. And I think she was finally served in 2023 when she was arrested. The mom was. Um, and so she's serving time for child abuse. So, for the series, I definitely wanted to go ahead and speak about the counselor, break down some of the things that I've seen about her personality and some of her devilish ways, just kind of address some of the things that showed up and the things that didn't showed up that I believe that was going on in the background. Um, just discussing her practice styles, on what to look for in red flags when you have a mental health professional that you are looking to work with. What to look for? What red flags should you notice, or what questions that you should ask when you first begin that relationship? And if you already have a therapist, what signs have you noticed since you've been with them, and how have you grown since you've been working with them? Do you feel like your treatment is beneficial, or how do you feel about it? So, and then we'll also go into talking about Ruby herself and her relationship with the kids, with her husband, and the parents versus the children, and aspects from our perspectives from the kids viewing their parents and having that experience and the impact that that has on the family, potential impact of what's expected moving forward for that family. So I think it would be really interesting to discuss. I kind of wanted to focus that on Mondays, and then some of the other days we'll be able to discuss other things. But I am excited. So, anywho, um, so now it's time for me to give you your journal prop for next time. So I went ahead again and pulled a card from my numerology deck. And this is the card that came out, number 11, and it says individuality. So, what I see in this card is the number 11, which stands for new beginnings, but also 1 and 1 equals 2. So that is duality. So we all are rooted, everything has duality, right? So you want to look at your light side and your dark side, and also your feminine and masculine sides. You want to take those into account and how that shows up, some of the things that you want to work on, some of the things that you have noticed. So when I say your feminine side, of course, there's your softer side, uh, whether if it's nurturing yourself or the people around you, your emotions, are they balanced or imbalanced, and what you can do for that and how to address that. And when I'm talking about your masculine side, there's more of your action. Um, how you go about doing things, what action are you putting into setting your goals, are taking action into taking care of daily tasks for yourself. It's all about action when it comes to masculinity. And so look into that and write about that. I also see in this card that this inner part is red. So you kind of want to talk about what your passions are and how you feel on the inside, but also what's on the inside is going to mirror what's on the outside. See that? You see how that works? So the outside is also red. So as you know, what's inward is out. What's in is without. So I think that is a great card to discuss. But again, we'll go ahead and give you another oracle. And I want to show you this deck because it's beautiful. Look at this. It's called the Goddess Guidance Oracle Cards. Do you see that? I love this deck. It's so diva, right? Hold on. Now I don't know any of these goddesses in this deck, if I'm gonna be honest. But look at them, like they're beautiful. Look at the side of these cards. They're gold. Like I had to get them. And then like they're so colorful. Like I love it. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shuffle and I'm gonna give you all a topic to go with this individuality card. So give me a second. Drop the camera down so y'all can see. It's my laptop down here. So hold on. Okay, Spirit. Flip these over. Give me a topic to give to the collective so they can add something that they can add to the journal. Oh, here we go. What? Oh my God. How is this happening? This is the same card that you guys had last week. That is wild. It seems like that's the only card in the deck, huh? But okay, so we can take it back to this. And again, this says stand up for what you believe is right. So that again coincides with individuality and what do you prefer. Definitely is the way of going inward and taking a deeper look at yourself. So it seems like Spirit said that we need to go over this again and apply this to who we truly are on the inside. Because what's on the inside, we're going to see on the outside as well. So that is that. That is the journal prompt for this episode. And that is it. Oh, I hope you all can hear me because I totally forgot to pick this up. If I can figure out a way to put this mic down or attach it somewhere where you can really hear me really well, because I do my sound checks before and it sounds so much better using the mic versus having it on my shirt. I mean, it works on my shirt, but it's not as loud. So if I can figure something else out, I'm probably gonna have to get another microphone. I actually have a like big professional microphone because again, I used to do podcasts, but I haven't placed it because I moved. So I'm gonna have to keep looking for it. But if not, I'm probably gonna end up having to buy another one. But anywho, I hope you all enjoy yourselves and you all have a lovely evening and you enjoy your journal props. So until next time, peace and love. Bye.